Hello, Mixtresses and Mixters. We're doing a pick a pile today. And, this is Mixtress Ray. You're watching Mixtress video. Guess I should, say the thing that I say. Okay, cool. So, we are doing a pick a pile today. It's going to be a little weird because I'm doing there are three spreads in the Buffy Tarot guidebook. So I'm going to be doing the three spreads. So it's going to be, so you can pick based on which spread you want, but I'm also going to pick a card from Dark Mirror to represent each pile as well. I'm going to do that on camera here in a minute. But first, if you want to see which spread you want to do, pile 1 is going to be Prophecy Girl, which is a glimpse into the next 6 months, so it's a more predictive reading. Spread 2 will be A World Without Shrimp. If you have been feeling as though something is missing from your life, this spread can help you identify what you're craving. So this is kind of a Four of Cups spread. If you're feeling kind of disconnected, if you're feeling kind of apathetic. And then pile 3 will be using the 5x5 spread, a general idea of how things are going. So this is just sort of a little check-in spread. So that's pile 3. Now I'm going to pick and I'm going to be using the same 2 decks for each pile. But I'm going to be picking one card to represent. I've got my Orb of Thessala. Okay. That's pile 1, and this is 2 and 3. Okay. Pile 1. Actually, you know what? This one makes more sense for the World Without Shrimp pile. So I'm going to say that's pile 2. Colorless Angel is pile 2. And we'll see, are these in the correct spot? We have Addicted and Perchance to Dream. Yeah. Okay. That seems about right, actually. Okay. So pile 1 with the sort of 6 months ahead spread, you have Addicted as your Dark Mirror card. Pile 2, Colorless Angel, and we're going to be doing A World Without Shrimp, sort of a Four of Cups spread. And then pile 3, Perchance to Dream, which is going to be the 5x5 spread. Okay, let's stick with pile 1 here. And I will be let's just do this now before I get into your tarot cards, pile 1. I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook for Dark Mirror Oracle on this Addicted card. Try to hold it so there's not as much of a glare. So this is associated with the moon phase of waning crescent if you're in the northern hemisphere and waxing crescent if you're in the southern hemisphere. And we're talking about the 5 stages of grief in this deck, and this card represents the stage of grief that is depression. White sparkly hair over a scarred, melted, downcast face. Is the hand melting or already gone? A chain chokes his neck and many spikes pierce the back. It's not about choosing the chains, it's about choosing them again and again. Freedom was the worst of lies. I could have been a slaver or a slave, but I chose the latter. Okay, so this is very much, a devil card atmosphere, right? We are seeing someone very much like a Ten of Swords / devil card moment. This person is choosing to be in chains. It's like that thing, like it said, it's not about what did it say? It's not about choosing the chains, it's about choosing them again and again. So if you want to kind of go a little bit deeper into this card in specific, I will show you on screen. This is, if you want to pause and read that, because I only read like the first couple of sentences there. So we're dealing with addiction a little bit here with you guys. And Prophecy Girl, the Prophecy Girl spread here. I'm going to keep this out. I need a paperweight. There we go. You can look at that kitten face while I shuffle your cards. Okay, card 1. This card is your watcher for the next 6 months. Sets the tone for your focus, inspiration, and mindset. So this is sort of going to be your ghost guide and goddess that is kind of guiding you. Card 2 reveals the overall theme for the next 6 months. That's that one. Card 3, the big bad you'll be facing. Which, I mean, I already feel like that's the addiction. That's the big bad you're facing, but in case we need to know more about that. That's card 4, which is what you will draw on to slay the monster. And then card 5, the positive force that will come into your life. Card 6, your key learning at the end of 6 months. Okay. And I'm not going to use, I don't think I can fit all the cards on the screen if I were going to place them in this order. Let's see. Let's see if I can. There's card 1, 2, 3, and 4 would be here. And 5 and 6 would be down here. Yeah, it's not going to fit. So we're just going to have to do them in a line, kind of. Sorry guys, I don't usually do spreads, but I thought the spreads looked fun in the Buffy Tarot, so I do want to play with them. Nope. Okay. Does that look pretty good? Kind of. I want them all to be on the screen and relatively straight. Excuse me while my Venus shows. Here, let's have this little cat here too. Just for funsies. Okay. Card 1. This is the watcher for the next 6 months, and it sets the tone for your focus, inspiration, and mindset. So this is your spirit guide for the next 6 months. It's Vamp Willow in the 3 of Wands. Your overall theme for the next 6 months is, okay, 5 of Cups. So you're already in it though, so it's not going to come as a shock that you're going to be, like, if you're already feeling like you're kind of in a depression, this is just some acknowledgement that, like, this is where you are right now, and that's okay. The big bad that you'll be facing, it's almost like you don't want to be happy. If your big bad that you're facing is the Sun card, whew, honey. Okay. What you will draw on to slay the monster is the Hierophant. So you need some, like, religious / spiritual structure in your life. You need a belief system, almost. You need something to... It's almost like you need to focus on something other than yourself. Because I think the depression, part of the depression that you're in right now is just sort of like the fact that you are focusing too much on you're focusing too much on the 3 overturned cups. You're focusing too much on the grief in your life. And it's almost like, I don't want to say that you're being self-centered, but I am getting that vibe that like you're focusing so much on your own pain that you're not seeing anyone else's, and you're not seeing that like you're just one of millions of people on this planet that are depressed right now. You know what I mean? Like, you're not alone. You think you're alone. You think that your problems are unique, but honey, I'm sorry, your problems are not unique. That sounds harsh, but I feel like you need it right now. The positive force that will come into your life, Ace of Scythes, which is Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's you need a change of perspective. You need to be looking at things from a different angle, because right now you're looking at things, it's almost like a very myopic viewpoint for you right now. Like, you're only seeing your own pain. You're not seeing what's going well in your life. You're seeing the pain, and you're focusing on that pain. And it is not healthy for you or anyone around you that loves you. And then the card 6, your key learning at the end of 6 months. So kind of the outcome, right, is 9 of Cups. So the good news is you're going to get there. You're going to get to this point of like self-satisfaction and happiness. But you got to work on this depression in whatever way works for you. If you want to start journaling, if you need to reach out to people, maybe join some kind of support group, or yeah, I mean, go to therapy, start journaling, start a meditation practice. I mean, it's just like a lot of cliche shit that I could suggest for you to do. But I do think it's going to revolve around spirituality. I do think you have a myopic lens right now through which you're viewing the world. Like, you're like, I'm so depressed, and no one's ever been as depressed as I am right now. It's very Knight of Cups mentality almost. And I want more for you, because you do need to change your perspective. Like, I see that with this card and this card, because the thing about the 5 of Cups is, right, that you could be focusing on the upright cups instead of the overturned ones. It's almost like you're choosing the glass half empty perspective right now. And it's just kept you, it's almost like you're addicted to pain. You're addicted to pain. You're addicted to the chains that you perceive that you are in. You are keeping yourself stuck right now. And the next 6 months is going to be, you got to deal with that depression first. You got to deal with that. And maybe other addictions in your life. Like, what else are you addicted to? Because addictions really are rooted in wanting to be in pain to a certain degree. Like, you want to, if you're addicted to, things that really raise your dopamine levels, like shopping or alcohol or whatever it is, whatever you're addicted to, it's not really masking the pain, it's just prolonging it. You are being stuck in your pain because you're not dealing with the things that you need to deal with. You're not allowing happiness. This is the big bad. The big bad is happiness. You're afraid that it's almost like you're afraid that if you deal with your addictions and your depression and, those immediate things that need to be dealt with, it's almost like you're afraid that if you deal with them, you won't be who you know yourself to be. You need some structure. You need something to believe in. Like, what I keep stopping myself from saying, which probably means I should just go ahead and say it. It's like that thing in Alcoholics Anonymous, one of their tenets, it might even be like the first step, is admitting that you need a higher power. I don't like that language because I don't think that anybody needs I don't like hierarchical bullshit. So I don't necessarily believe that like a force bigger than yourself or a power greater than you is the solution to your problems. But I think in your case it almost is. It's almost like you have to focus on something outside yourself, and part of that could be some kind of structure. So maybe even something that would help you with your depression is to go back to school in some fashion, or take a course, or like, as long as you're not getting into a cult, maybe it would be a good thing for you to kind of follow the spiritual practices of an established group. I do sort of see you needing to connect with others though. And that's going to change your perspective. Because there's a big gap between like this depression and this self-fulfillment. But these are both, what was this one again? That was card 2. That was the overall theme for the next 6 months. But this is what you will be getting out of it at the end. So it's like you are exactly where you're supposed to be, even though you're being kind of pessimistic and myopic right now. So it's time to expand your perspective and change your perspective. Time to expand your mind, man. Okay, let's go to pile 2. We are doing so you got Colorless Angel as your card. And we are going to read a little bit about that in the guidebook. It is card 10. So your moon phase, if you are in the northern hemisphere, is last quarter. If you are in the southern hemisphere, it is first quarter. And that's based on just like the way that the moon looks in the different hemispheres, you know? Like it looks like this when it is the last quarter in the northern hemisphere. And then your stage of grief is denial. It is better not to feel rather than feeling pain. A dark horse prances proudly in the background. Oh my god, I didn't even like see that horse up there. Unnoticed by a man kneeling upon a pond. He wears a crown of mirth, his face expressionless. Behind him, wings of smoke and bones grow or disappear. Apathy is the crowned king of nothingness and the shining queen of whatever. Okay, I like that. I'm going to say it again. Apathy is the crowned king of nothingness and the shining queen of whatever. And if you want to read the Going Dark, it's right here. Okay, so we're doing this spread called A World Without Shrimp. If you've been feeling as though something is missing from your life, this spread can help you identify what you're craving. Okay. Card 1. An area of your life in which you feel unfulfilled. Card 2. An area of your life in which you've been overextending yourself. The energy to invite into your life to help you come out of your shell. So actions you can take to feel more complete. Okay. I can just, because this is just a 4-card spread, so I'll just put that one up there. Okay. again, we have an area of your life in which you feel unfulfilled. I said this was the Four of Cups spread, did I not? Okay. An area of your life in which you've been overextending yourself. King of Swords. An energy to invite into your life to help you come out of your shell. Two of Pentacles. Actions you can take to feel more complete. Page of Cups. Okay, this is interesting to have like two lower end minor arcana cards and then two court cards. Very interesting. Okay. So seeing this as an area of your life in which you feel unfulfilled kind of tells me that you just feel in general disconnected. It's everything, but it could also be pointing specifically to emotional reality. But I mean, that's what apathy is anyway, right? It's feeling emotionally detached from your life. It's like you're viewing it from afar. It's like you're borderline. You're on the outskirts. You're looking at your life through like a fuzzy Vaseline season 1 RuPaul lens. Like everything's not it's like nothing is in focus. And the King of Swords as the area of your life where you're overextending yourself. It's like you're trying so hard to be intellectually on top of everything that you forgot to be connected. It's like these are almost two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? So you're completely emotionally detached right now, and it's because you're spending so much time trying to reveal the truth all the time. It's like you're trying to reveal the truth about yourself all the time. You're trying to get other people to tell the truth all the time. You're trying to like pursue all the intellectual, it's just like all the intellectual pursuits. It's almost like you feel like you have to choose one or the other. Like you can't have emotional wellness and intellectual wellness. You think you can't, but you can. But this is where you're going too far right now. It's the intellectual shit you're going too far on. It's the intellectual shit that you need to take a step back from and get a bit more grounded, because this is the energy to invite into your life to help you come out of your shell. So just being that this is an Earth card, in order to get more emotionally connected in your life, it's like it's saying to get more grounded, to like take it one day at a time. Don't see your like shit job as being a shit job. It's providing a valuable service to people, especially if you are in one of those like criminally underpaid jobs like food service or retail, where like the two aspects, and probably even like I would assume that even like medical care work would also be a situation where people are just assholes. If you are in any kind of customer service job, even if it's not like, you know, if you are in the medical care industry, you don't call it customer service probably, but patient care, customer service, in any situation where you are helping people, it's almost like you've chosen to stay emotionally unattached to protect yourself from how taxing your daily life is. But this is almost like asking you to go back to basics. Go back to how it felt for you when you were first starting out at your current position. Like when you weren't jaded to it yet, when you felt like, oh my God, I'm genuinely helping people. This is really cool. Yeah, I feel like a sense of jadedness, particularly when it comes to like a profession or just something in your life that you've been doing for a long time. And all of this is like a call to sort of have a more youthful approach, because this last card is actions you can take to feel more complete. And so this is your problem. Your problem is a king and your solution is a page. Your problem is the mental realm and your solution is the emotional one. Like, in order to feel less disconnected with life, you need to have this childlike mentality again. Yeah. So whatever way you can embody your own Page of Cups self, do that. Go back to... I feel like I'm always giving this advice because I just think it's the best advice ever. Just like fool mentality. Going back to, like, who were you as a child? You know, at your core, what lit you up? Because that's going back to that internal motivation is what's going to save you, is what's going to connect you back to life again. Okay, that's pile 2. Pile 3, we have this Perchance to Dream card. And let me look it up for you and read a little bit from this guidebook. This is the new moon. If I sleep long enough, when I wake up, the pain will have been gone. So all 3 of these piles are dealing with pain in different ways. This person's just waiting for it to be over. The last person has completely disconnected themselves from it. And the first pile is like embracing pain so much that it's gone to the other side of, like, you're apathetic to the pain because you've overdosed on it. So this is all about different maladaptive ways to approach pain, is what this overall reading is about. A crowned naked man is reclining, his eyes closed and his body dissolving in the wind. Another man holds him gently. Behind them, a circle of brass risen by thin, silvery threads. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. So if you want to read the Going Dark for this card, it is right here. Okay, let me take a drink real quick. So the spread that we are doing for you is 5 by 5. General idea of how things are going. Use Faith's favorite spread for a check-in. 5 by 5. Okay. Actually, I think I need to hold down that side on this one. Okay. Card 1, your current sitch. The obstacle getting you strung out. Card 3, insight into how you can overcome said obstacle. Card 4, a thing you're working toward. Card 5, what you can look to for motivation. 3 cards. Okay, I'm going to take the middle one and I'm going to keep the other 2 set aside just in case we need clarification about something. Then I will have this here for us. Okay. Okay. Card 1, your current sitch is the High Priestess. The obstacle that's getting you strung out. 5 of Scythes / 5 of Swords. Isolation. Insight into how you can overcome said obstacles. 9 of Pentacles. Card 4 represents a thing you're working toward. 7 of Cups. Card 5, what you can look to for motivation is the 7 of Stakes / 7 of Wands. Okay. Current Sitch, High Priestess, Obstacle, 5 of Swords, Insight, 9 of Pentacles, thing you're working towards, 7 of Cups, what you can look to for motivation, 7 of Wands. This is about setting yourself apart and independence. And daydreaming. Like, you want to reclaim that sort of whimsy and chaos of life. Because even though I think this is supposed to be Ethan Rain in this card, according to the guidebook. And it does make sense because we're seeing, this is Ethan Rain in the Halloween episode, that first Halloween episode that was in like season 2, I think. Because we have all of our main characters here. We have Cordelia, Buffy, Xander, and Willow. So this is him like sort of doing his chaos spell here. And then we have the witchiness of the High Priestess. It's just like, it's time for you to forge your own path and be a little less... It's funny because I'm getting the feeling that it's almost like an issue in your life has been, you know, isolation versus solitude. You know, solitude being sort of like a good thing, spending time alone, being happy with yourself, versus the 5 of Swords is about isolation, and it's not, and loneliness. So it's almost like you don't even know which is which. Like sometimes you're isolating yourself, but you do genuinely enjoy time alone, but like sometimes you take it too far, that kind of thing. And sometimes you rely too much on others. So yeah, I might need some clarification. I'm not sure where it needs to go, so let's just go ahead and see what these other 2 cards were. Queen of Pentacles and Page of Swords. I don't think that necessarily clears anything up here. Let's see. I feel confused about this. I'm not used to doing spreads, that's my problem. It's not going to be about completely isolating yourself from others. You will need some help to make your dreams come true. But you are going to have to... It's almost like you're going to have to learn how to be around other people without losing yourself. And there are some people to isolate yourself from. And because this is specifically dealing with a mother-daughter situation in this particular deck, I'm almost seeing this as a good thing for you. Because the obstacle is, well, it's either the obstacle is that you have isolated yourself from a parental figure and you wish you hadn't, or maybe you lost them, maybe they've died. Or this is a situation where you need to set better boundaries with that parent. It's going to depend on your particular situation on this one. Either you need more isolation from a parent or you need less. Or if they're no longer with us, talk to them. I mean, I don't know if they can hear you. Nobody really knows. But it might help. Try it. But yeah, whatever that obstacle is, whether that's literal isolation or needing... Whether it's choosing isolation or choosing to have less of it, it's going to depend on your situation for that one. But either way, the way that you overcome the obstacle is to trust yourself. trust yourself and know that you have all the resources you need without anyone else, so that this is a situation where you've lost like your person in this life. You've lost them. For whatever reason, you've lost them. You're not being held by them anymore. Or maybe if this is someone that's passed on, maybe this is like they are still holding you in their ghost form. They are still holding you. You just maybe can't feel it anymore, you know? But know that you have everything that you need without them, whether this be a breakup or a death, whatever. I feel like that's the obstacle. The obstacle is someone's not in your life anymore. Sorry, that took me forever to get there. But I feel like that's maybe what it is for most of you. Someone's not in your life anymore, but you are good to go alone. Because it's going to open up a lot of possibilities for you. This being the thing that you're working towards feeling like this person again. This person that's got all of these possibilities and life paths in front of them. You're going to feel like that person again. It's like you're constricted right now. This is that obstacle. But once that obstacle clears, once the clouds clear on that, it's like you're going to start seeing patterns in the clouds. Like you saw them before as being, looming clouds over you. But then suddenly you're going to see the possibilities in the clouds. Suddenly you're going to see the wonder in the clouds. And what can motivate you is that feeling of being empowered in your isolation. You stand out from other people for a good reason. It's almost like I'm getting a little bit, this is a very specific situation, but I keep looking at this mother-daughter 5 of Swords situation here. And I'm seeing like a mom that in life, she held you back. She told you you couldn't do all of the things. And though you loved her and she was one of your people, and you are sad that she's no longer in your life for whatever reason, if she died or if you guys aren't speaking right now, this is actually a time to use the opportunity of your isolation from this person to delete their voice from your head. Not entirely, if they had good aspects to them as well, like you don't have to completely delete their voice from your head, but the things that are negative self-talk, the things about them that are not helpful for your growth. Because you have all the answers within. It's almost like you're looking to other people for answers too much, I think. You're looking for other people to hold you too much when they don't need to hold you. You got this. You got this all on your own. You're a strong, independent woman. Or man. Or whatever else. Okay. That was fun. My first time doing, I don't know if I hardly ever do the spreads that are in guidebooks, but this one was just cute, so I had to. And now I'm just putting my things away while I'm still recording, so I guess I can stop. Bye!